YouTube is acting up this morning. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday to everybody. Saturday in Proverbs. No, I'm not a Seventh-day Adventist. No, I'm not a Jehovah Witness. None of that. Um, uh, I just follow my calendar from Sunday to Saturday. And that's my day of rest. I don't do anything on no work whatsoever on a Saturday because that's my Sabbath. Of course, your Sabbath can be whatever day you want it to be. Bernie, man, thank you for joining me, brother. Um, so we've been doing this now for a minute. And Proverbs is the one book in the Bible that has a chapter for every day of the month. 31 chapters in Proverbs. And when they're not 31 days in the month, just keep reading until you catch up. Okay, so since the day is the 11th, we're going to start on the 11th chapter of Proverbs. Before I get started on this, man, let me say about speak on these fires out in California. Um, from my point of view, man, somebody should be prosecuted for that. That is total neglect. That's total incompetence. Um, a lot of people. Tanya, thank you for joining me, boy. I got my two watches today, boy. I mean, don't come up in here with no mess. And it's sad that, and on top of the fact that a lot of people took this for granted, like it wasn't as bad as they were being warned. Okay, and it's sad that to see the devastation that you have, but um, God is in that somewhere. He's in that somewhere. So, um, you just pray and hope for the best. Anyway, so let's pray and get in the word. Father, thank you for another day around your word. Speak through my mind, speak to my heart, speak to my lips, Lord, that I may precisely articulate this word with your wisdom and understanding to be able to pierce the hearing and the vision of your children so that we may live the righteous lifestyle that you have ordained for us to live. In Jesus' name, amen. Now, I'm going to read this. Well, I agree 100%. I agree 100%, but the consequences of that, Bernie, is not going to be pretty, you know. The consequences of it is not going to be pretty. So, but somebody should be prosecuted. That's just my humble opinion. Somebody should be prosecuted. Somebody need to resign. Somebody need to step down. A whole lot of people need to just step down and, and give somebody else a chance. Because obviously they haven't done the job. All right, so I'm going to be reading this from the Message and the New King James Version. Okay? Verse 1. God hates cheating in the marketplace. He loves it when business is above board. Okay? Bernie, you don't, man, don't dip your head in that. That's a cesspool, man. Politics is not pretty. It's a dirty game, and you be more effective on the outside than you would inside. Because once they get you in there and start giving you some money, you're gonna have to bend to what they want you to do. So you better off, man, on the outside than you are on the inside. Okay? God's hate cheating in the marketplace. He loves it when business is above board. You know, that's doing it the right way. And unfortunately, you know, doing it the right way in these days and times has not proven to be as profitable as cheating. And yeah, that sounds better. That sounds real better. Okay? The stuck up fall flat on their faces, but down to earth people stand firm. That's verse 2. Verse 3. The integrity of the honest keeps them on track. The deviousness of crooks brings them to ruin. See, that's why I be trying to tell y'all, man, there are some advantages to living a righteous lifestyle, even if you don't see the advantage. You know, there are advantages to living a righteous lifestyle. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't have the patience to do it the right way. Verse 4. A thick bankroll is no help when life falls apart, but a principled life can stand up to the worst. And you know, and this is a good example of California right now. A thick bankroll is no help when life falls apart. Man, you got some people that's got money and done lost everything. They done lost everything. And they got to start over from scratch. Okay? Verse 5. Moral character makes for smooth traveling. An evil life is a hard life. Once again, that's showing you there is some benefits to trying to do it the right way. And unfortunately, as simple as this sounds, a lot of people don't even know this. A lot of people, you know, when you start dropping some knowledge on these young kids, man, they be in amazement. You know, some of them are thirsty for some knowledge, man, for some direction. You know, they're thirsty for it. And we're not really doing our parts, trying to satisfy that thirst by example, because all they see, I saw where this girl used to play in the WNBA and quit or retired or whatever. And she said she has made more money in the first month being on OnlyFans than she has made in her entire career in the WNBA. Let me say that again. This girl said she has made more money in 1 month. Might have been a week, than she has made her entire career in the WNBA. See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. You know, right now, wrong is and let me show you something. We got a college football game coming up, championship game coming up next Monday, and you got Christianity, Ohio State versus Catholicism, Notre Dame. See, a lot of people ain't paying attention to that. But this championship game coming up, you got Catholicism, which is yeah, which is, you ain't lying, boy, and they making big bucks over there, Bernie. They making big bucks over there, man. Catholicism, which is Notre Dame, versus Christianity, Ohio State. Who you gonna bet on? And you're gonna have a whole bunch of people betting on Notre Dame. Verse 6, good character is the best insurance. Crooks get trapped in their own sinful lust. Okay, let me read that out of the New King James Version. The righteousness of the upright will deliver them, but the unfaithful will be caught by their own lust. See, again, lifestyle. And you can't, and this is something you can't fake. You can't fake this. You can't pretend this, because it's not sincere. When you when you faking some stuff, you coming out of your head. When you faking. When you for real, you talk out of your heart. Okay? See, you don't need a script when you talking out of your heart. But you need a script when you talking out of your head. And that's the difference. Okay? Verse 7. When the wicked die, that's it. The story's over. End of hope. Verse 8. A good person is saved from much trouble. A bad person runs straight into it. In the New King James Version, it says, the righteous is delivered from trouble, and it comes to the wicked instead. See, once again, man, what people think is a waste of time, doing it the right way, being a person of your word, saying what you mean, meaning what you say. Okay? That's where you start. Start with your word, because your word is the only thing that you got. Your word is the only thing you have, man. You ain't got nothing else. And if you're not a person of your word, that's your reputation. Let me say that again. If you're not a person of your word, that's your reputation. That's what people are going to judge you by. Your word. Because your word is what's going to create your actions. You see, that's and by your words is what God is going to judge you by. Okay? Verse 9. The loose tongue of the godless spread destruction. That's drama. The loose tongue of the godless spread destruction. That's drama. That's revenge. That's getting even. That's division. That's what that is. Okay? The common sense of the godly preserves them. See, you know that, okay, here it is. The hypocrite with his mouth destroys his neighbor, but through knowledge, the righteous will be delivered. And you know what? You actually have some righteous people that have gotten caught up in that fire. And even though they have lost everything, it's not going to be as hard on them as it is the other people. Because remember, I told you, the Bible say a good man can fall 7 times and get up again. And see, and that fire was a fall. I saw a guy, man, 80-something years old, was talking about how, what he used to do and how he was and how he gave back to the community. And he done lost everything. He said, but I'm willing to start over. And he said, I saw a young man that was bringing some stuff up to help people out. And I said, let me give you some money for some gas. He said, no. He said, I don't want your money because you wouldn't take it. And he said, it thrilled my heart that maybe this is my replacement. Maybe this is the person that's going to step in behind me to keep what I've been doing going. And see, and that's what we're going to have to step up to do. And unfortunately, you're going to have a lot of deceit and trickery taking advantage of this disaster. Let me say that again. You're going to have a lot of trickery and deceit that's trying to take advantage of this disaster. Okay? That's why you have to be careful about who's asking you for money. You got to be careful about not being manipulated with your feelings. See, because they're going to come along and take a situation like this and manipulate people's feelings in order to take advantage of them. Okay? Yeah, Bernie. Not only is it up for sale, Bernie, but a lot of areas, Compton is gentrified. See, there are a lot of white people that never thought, that looked down on Compton, and now gonna have to live there. There are a lot of people look down on Compton, and now they're gonna have to live there because that's all they got. That's all they got. Okay? And I wish I had some money. I'd go up in there and buy some stuff myself. Your business, well, you better hold tight, buddy, because they coming. Here they come. Here they come, Bernie. Buy up, brother. If you can afford it, buy up in Compton, because they coming. They coming. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, they coming. They coming in droves. Okay? Because they got to scatter now. Because they ain't got nowhere else to go. They ain't got nowhere else to go, Bernie. And it's gonna take years for I don't know if Los Angeles would ever recover from this. I don't know if they will ever recover from this. It's gonna take years, man, for that to come back. But shoot, if you in Compton, you better see what you can buy up, because they coming. They on the way, buddy. They on the way. And when they come, prices gonna go out the roof. I mean, real estate getting ready to shoot up like mad in Compton right now. I'm telling you, maybe that's why, maybe that's the reason you up in here. And I ain't know your business was in Compton. But if it is, brother, you better try to get everything around you. Start making a move now. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Okay, verse 10. When it goes well for good people, the whole town cheers. When it goes badly for bad people, the town celebrates. Okay? And let me see. In the New King James Version, when it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices. And when the wicked perish, there is jubilation. Verse 11. When right living people bless the city, it flourishes. Evil talk turns into a ghost town in no time. See, there is no future in evil. Let me say that again. There is no future in evil. And you got a lot of people that are wasting their time going around trying to get even, trying to get revenge. You're wasting your time, not forgiving, You wasting your time. Ain't no future in that. Ain't no future in that. And why you keep holding on to it, all you doing is holding on to destruction. That's all you holding on to is destruction, because ultimately it will destroy you. That negative energy is gonna destroy you and your whole family too if you don't watch out. All right? Verse 12. Mean-spirited slander is heartless. Quiet discretion accompanies good sense. Well, Escape from LA is a good movie that talks about this with Kurt Russell. That movie talks about these five. Well, again, you're going to have a lot of people and they ain't going to have no choice, Bernie, but to leave. They ain't going to have no choice. They're going to have to leave. They're going to have to leave. But in the meantime, they got to go somewhere else quick. And right now, I would predict it would be hard to find a house in the Los Angeles area for rent. Housing has always been a problem in that area. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So but from a practical standpoint, if you can see this coming, and this is being proactive and not reactive, because a lot of these people have been operating on reaction. They weren't proactive at all. That's why a lot of them lost everything they had. But a proactive person, man, is going to be trying to get their hands on as much as they can right now. As much as they can. And those people, I mean, look at the people that are going to be renting rooms. Folk are going to find all kinds of ways to take advantage of the situation at hand. You're gonna have people renting rooms. That's crazy money, crazy. Well. It is, Bernie, and here is the travesty. A lot of people are gonna commit suicide because the thought of having to start over, that they're so devastated that they done lost everything, that they're not gonna be able to handle it, man. You're gonna have a lot of people, man, that's just gonna, that's it, I'm out. I can't do this. I'm out. And they're gonna give up and they're gonna kill themselves because they don't want to. And see, look at the insurance companies that were trying to cancel policies right before the start. So that's why I say, man, there are a lot of people need to go to jail behind this. In leadership, a lot of people. I saw where this woman who was supposed to be on the fire department talking about, if I couldn't carry him out, he was on his own. Well, but see, Bernie, don't nobody have the perseverance. Everybody don't have your kind of perseverance, brother. See, that's the problem. Everybody don't have your perseverance. And see, you got to be cut from a different cloth, man, when you start going through stuff, and to be able to still think, still be productive, Still be strong. That ain't for the weak. And you got a lot of these people that have been spoon-fed. Everything's been easy for them in life. They've never had to have challenges, and now they got some challenges. And these challenges here are overwhelming. You know, I mean, see, and on top of the fact that they had a chance to save a lot of stuff and didn't take advantage of it. See, you're gonna have a lot of guilt burning behind that as well. Okay? A lot of people gonna be suffering with guilt because they should have done something. When they first heeded the warning, when the warning first came, they didn't take it serious. See, but then when it was too late, now it's up on you. And look how many people, man, that had to leave cars behind. You know, they had to. I saw where when lady was crying, they told me, you know, get out of my car, leave it. And then bulldozers were coming through and bulldozing the car out the road because people done left them. That's. But you didn't heed the warning. Okay. Verse 13. Oh, wait a minute. Verse 12. Mean-spirited slander is heartless. Quiet discretion accompanies good sense. Verse 13. A God about gossip can't be trusted with a secret, but someone of integrity won't violate a confidence. In the New King James Version, it says, a talebearer reveals secret, but he who's of a faithful spirit conceals the matter. Well, who's the talebearer? That person that's always coming to you with some gossip. Good morning, how you doing? That person that's always gossiping. Always in everybody's business. Ooh, man. Ooh. Bernie. Man, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you. Listen, my grandmama used to say, a dog that bring a bone will carry a bone. I got to write that down. A dog that brings a bone will carry a bone. You know, thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you so very much. You're a blessing, brother. And see, and that's this person right here. Listen, it says, a God about gossip can't be trusted with a secret. That's that dog that's bringing you a bone. And when they bring you a bone, they gonna carry a bone. Costa Rica. Man, I thank you for that. Thank you for that. Nothing but wonderful things will happen today. Manifest good. That's my goal. That's my intent. Is to manifest good. Verse 14. Without good direction, people lose their way. The more wise counsel you follow, the better your chances. Okay? Thank you, Costa Rica. I hope it has helped you. I hope it's... See, people don't understand, man. If you start reading Proverbs, Proverbs is... You're welcome. Proverbs is going to show you how to live today. You ain't got to think back 2,000 years. When you start reading Proverbs, you'll see yourself in Proverbs. You'll see some of your family members, okay, in Proverbs. You'll see some of your friends in Proverbs. Your enemies, you will see them in Proverbs as you really sit down and take the time to read it, you know? And see, and you can't, and this is something that you can't just do one time and think that you're gonna get it. It has to, and this is what I'm learning about changing mindsets. See, when you start trying to develop a positive mindset, you can't just do that one time and expect for it to stick. Man, you got to constantly, cause you're gonna have doubt, you're gonna have uh, fear, you're gonna have second guessing, you're gonna have all of these things coming up trying to attack your mind because now you're trying to refocus it. And it don't want you to refocus. It wants you to stay in the place where you are because if it stays there, then they still have a grip on you. But once you change your mind, see, a lot of the old habits that you have, you're going to let them go when you change your mindset. And now they ain't got no place to go. Okay? And they don't want to go. They don't want to leave. They want to stick around. You know, that insecurity, that fear, that anxiety. When you start changing your mindset, man, those are the things you kicking out. Okay? Those are the things you kicking out. And they don't want to leave because they got a grip. They have influence on you. And when you start trying to change your mindset, see, all of that negative influence is going to lose control. And it don't want to lose control. See, so it's going to come at you in any form necessary. And you'll notice that's when a lot of people will, thank you, Bernie. Thank you for the blessing, brother. Thank you. That's when a lot of folk, you know, who you thought were friends are going to start. Mindset is everything. Mindset is everything. Because everything that's created starts in the mind. It starts in the mind first, good or bad. Everything that's created starts in the mind. That's why the Bible says, renew your mind daily, because that's where everything starts. Okay? Verse 15. Whoever makes deal with strangers is sure to get burned. If you keep a cool head, you'll avoid rash bargains. This is what it says in the New King James: for he who is surety for a stranger will suffer. That's co-signing for somebody you don't even know. Surety is co-signing. Okay? And it's telling you don't co-sign for nobody, especially a stranger. But one who hates being surety is secure. And see, and here again, man, you're gonna take this situation that we're facing with all this devastation and this destruction that's around us, you know, you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna come up with some sob stories, with some sympathy that they want you to co-sign. They want you to fall in line. And you got a whole lot of people, man. Look how many emails that you get from these organizations. And it looks official, but it's just a little bit off. But if you happen to click on the email, then you'll see, man, that email belongs to some person. And most folk don't bother clicking on the email to see if it's legit or not, where it's coming from. All you gotta do is click on it. It'll show you where it's coming from. That's all you got to do. And a lot of this stuff, like I had somebody just the other day. Let me show you this. Just the other day, somebody sent me a text message saying that my WhatsApp, something was wrong with my WhatsApp. I don't even use what I got it on my phone. I don't even use it. I don't even use it. And I needed to verify some. I don't even use this. Man, let me block this. I don't even use WhatsApp. I got it on my phone, but I don't use it. I could see if it was something that I used. No, I don't use it. You know, so that's okay. Verse 16. A woman of gentle grace gets respect, but men of rough violence grab for loot. Let me read that out of the New King. A gracious woman retain honor, but ruthless men retain riches because they're heartless. They don't give a damn. It's all about the bottom line for them. And they're going to do best what's for their bottom line. But it says, a woman of gentle grace gives respect. That ain't no hoochie. Okay? That's not a sexy red. That's not Lil Maple. Yes, I am. I'm having a great day, man. That's not an Angel Reese. Okay? See them women that's out here, or Cardi B. This ain't them. Who I'm talking about, you know, or Meg the Stallion. Good morning, Morgan. How you doing? Thank you for joining me. All right. It says, listen. Let me read that to you again. In the New King James Version, it says, a gracious woman retains honor, but ruthless men retain riches. In the Message Bible, it says, a woman of gentle grace gets respect, but men of rough violence grab for loot. Verse 17, when you're kind to others, you help yourself. When you're cruel to others, you hurt yourself. Okay, listen, I didn't say that. This is what it says. When you're kind to others, you help yourself. When you're cruel to others, you hurt yourself. In the New King James Version, it says, the merciful man does good for his own soul, but he who is cruel troubles his own flesh. That's, again, man, as difficult as it is to live a good life, there are benefits that come with it. And most folk don't have the perseverance because they want something just like that. Verse 18, bad works get paid with a bad check. Good work gets solid pay. The wicked man does deceptive work, but he who sows righteousness will have a sure reward. What is righteousness? Man, when you sow righteousness, you ain't lying, you ain't cheating, you ain't stealing, you ain't trying to take advantage of nobody, you ain't sowing no discord. If there's anybody that's going to be taken advantage of, it will be you. Okay? But when you live a righteous life, then say you were perfect. And see, that's what the devil has gotten Christians when they talk about a righteous lifestyle. Well, ain't nobody perfect. Has nothing to do with perfection, but everything to do with not being harmful, not hurting or taking advantage of people when you live a righteous lifestyle. Okay? Verse 19, take your stand with God's loyal community and live, or chase after phantoms of evil and die. That's that get rich quick crowd. That's who that is. Say, take a stand with God's loyal community and live, or chase after phantoms of evil and die. That's when you sell your soul, man. You done sold your soul. See, you trying to get the bag any way possible, and you ain't got no boundaries in trying to get it. Verse 20, God can't stand deceivers, but oh, how he relishes integrity. See, and this where a lot of people who call themselves Christians fall short. See, on the surface, they appear to be a person of integrity. But behind closed doors, see, God is the only one that can look in your closet when the door is closed. Let me say that again. God is the only one that can look in your closet when the door is closed. You can't hide nothing from God. And you got so many Christians out here thinking they can hide things from God. Ain't no way, man. You can't hide nothing from God. So you might as well do it the right way, because your deception is going to soon be revealed. Verse 21, count on this. The wicked won't get off scotch-free, and God loyal people will triumph. Man, that's going to be a wealth transfer before Jesus come back. It has to be a wealth transfer. And how can God bless wrong? God can't bless wrong. I don't care who you are, what you've done. God ain't going to bless wrong. Because the minute he does, he can't be God no more. When he started blessing you wrong. And you got a lot of people going out here doing things and giving God credit for it. And God said, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Verse 22, like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. Like a gold ring on a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. You want me to give you an today example of that? Look at this girl, Joy Taylor, with this Fox Spoke. Pretty woman, sleeping with everybody. Got 2 men that she working with, and she's sleeping with both of them. And see, and at the time she was doing it, didn't think it would get out. That's a good example right there. Let me read that out of the New King James Version. As a ring of gold in a swine's snout, so is a lovely woman who lacks discretion. She ain't had no discretion, man. And now they picking everything she's doing. All that hard work pays off, doing this here, and come to find out, you done slept your way to the top. It wasn't from hard work. And as a result of that, you done set back a whole bunch of women, because they gonna judge you and your actions by another woman by what you've done. Verse 23, the desires of good people lead straight to the best, but wicked ambition ends up in angry frustration. Let me read that again. The desires of good people lead straight to the best, but wicked ambitions ends up in angry frustration. Verse 24, the world of the generous gets larger and larger. The world of the stingy gets smaller and smaller. In the New King James Version, it says, there is one who scatters yet increases more, and there's one who withholds more than is right, but it leads to poverty. And that's them people that's got a closed fist. It's just a win situation, and that win situation is what they can get. It ain't win-win. When you have your hand open, that's a win-win situation. Not only do you give, but you got your hand open to get. God can't bless your fist. What can God put in your hand when you got your fist closed like this? Because you're not willing to share, unless you can get something out of it. And see, and you got, and these are the people that you're gonna have to be careful about. The ones that give you something, and then when when things go south, they want everything they done gave you back. They didn't have the right intent from the beginning. Because when you truly bless somebody, you ain't looking for it back. You don't want it back. No, enjoy that. I gave it to you from my heart. You can keep it. I don't want it back. You see? But you got some people, man, when they do something for you, first thing they do is they want it back. But I tell you, they ain't had the right attitude in the beginning. 25. Oh, wow. The one who blesses others is abundantly blessed. Those who help others are helped. The one who bless others is abundantly blessed. Those who help others are helped. And see, it did some snowing. We got about 2 inches of snow last night. And my daughter is always, Daddy, come on, we got to go to the store. You got to go and stock up. And we went to the grocery store, and as we were leaving the parking lot, this homeless guy was walking right in front of us. And I told her, I said, blow your horn. And I reached in my pocket, I gave him some money. She said, do you know him? I said, no, I don't. I don't know him. Well, how did you know? And then when he walked by, she like, oh, now I see. See, you pay attention, man, to some of the people that cross your path. Because the Bible say, be careful how you entertain a stranger, and you never know when you will be entertaining an angel unaware. And I just saw the guy, and I said, hey, man, just blow your horn. Here, let me give him some money. Okay? Be a blessing, man. Because, even if that blessing don't come back to you, it's still on your bloodline. It might be for your grandkids or great-grandkids, kids that you might not ever see, that would benefit from a good deed you did. Man, I'm still being blessed from things my grandmama did. Probably my great-great-grandmama or great-great-granddaddy did some good. I'm still benefiting from it. But because I'm not aware. See, all the good you do ain't necessarily for you. Let me say that again. See, all the good that you do ain't necessarily for you. It could be for your kids, for your grandkids. Somebody you might not ever get a chance to see. But you planted a good deed into the universe. Okay? Verse 26. Curses on those who drive a hard bargain. Blessing on all who play fair and square. In the New King James Version, he say, the people will curse him who withhold grain, but blessing will be on the head of him who sells it. See, and here again, you got people with the fire that's out in California, man, gouging people, taking advantage of a horrible situation. And when they can have some pity on some people, they can get it. Verse 27, the one who seek good find delight. The student of evil becomes evil. Verse 28, a life devoted for things is a dead life, a stump. A God-shaped life is a flourishing tree. See, those are the people that are out for material possessions. The cars, the big cars, the fine house, the designer clothes. You know, that determines their status, what they wear. All right? Listen, a life devoted for things, a life devoted to things is a dead life, a stump. A God-shaped life is a flourishing tree. When you live a God, man, you know, you don't go by brands. Brands are not what motivates you. You got some people, man, can tell you every brand in the world because that's what their world revolves around, brands. These different, you know, they can name you all these different designers, these different handbags. You know, that's what they got to carry. That ain't God. That's not God. And they miserable. And they got all of that stuff and miserable. Ain't got no happiness. Can't find nobody to share it with. You know how many rich people that are afraid to embrace other people that are by themselves? You know, I'm talking about living a good life and ain't got nobody to share it with. Because they ain't gonna trust nobody. That ain't living. That ain't living, man. You ain't got nobody that you can share this with. And then when you do share it with somebody, you got your guard up. So you can't really relax. Verse 29, exploit or abuse your family and end up with a fistful of air. Common sense tell you it's a stupid way to live. Let me say this again. Exploit or abuse your family and end up with a fistful of air. Common sense tells you it's a stupid way to live. And you got so many people right now that take advantage of their family. Verse 30, a good life is a fruit-bearing tree. A violent life destroys souls. In the New King James Version, it say, the fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he who wins soul is wise. Verse 31, if good people barely make it, what's in store for the bad? If good people barely make it, what's in store for the bad? And if you got good people that are struggling, imagine what them evil people are going through. They catching hell. It's just that simple. They are catching hell. And man, that's the end of chapter 11. Like I said, this is the one book in the Bible that will show you how to live today. You ain't got to go back 2,000 years. It's gonna show you how to live today. Okay? So if you get a chance, whatever the date of the day is, that's 31 chapters in Proverbs. You can start there. If you don't want to start, or if you want to start at the first chapter and read up to catch up to whatever date it is, however you want to do it, just start doing it. And I guarantee you, man, it will change your life. You will start seeing things differently when you start reading in Proverbs. Okay? You'll see it. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you for sticking around. All right. Okay, man, y'all have a blessed Saturday. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing no work today, you know, none whatsoever. I'm gonna go, boy. You talking about some of the sweetest sleep you can get is on a Saturday. You're welcome. Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that you were inspired to pick it up. I appreciate that. Thank you for picking it up. All right. Thank you, man. All right. Y'all have a blessed day. See you later.